I'd like to call this meeting to order. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Each member is acknowledging that they are attending the meeting via Zoom and that they are located in Wayne County, Michigan, unless otherwise stated when I call your name. Commissioner Colleen.
Right here.
Commissioner Daub.
Here.
Commissioner Clark-Coleman.
Here.
Commissioner Kniezek. Chair Basham.
Here.
You have a quorum present.
Okay, next item.
B, approval of the December 14th, 2020 meeting minutes.
I'll move there. And I'll support that motion from Commissioner Dobb.
Been moved and supported. Any discussion?
That was,
I didn't move it.
that was Commissioner Clark-Coleman. I know we all like.
Oh, I don't see your, well, that being true.
Hey, Melissa, that's a good one, right?
That being true, Irma, I didn't see your picture up here.
It's up here.
So it was out of sight, out of mind for me.
All right, so moving right along. Been moved and supported. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. All those opposed? Ayes have it. Next item.
C, old business. There is none.
Okay, next item.
Item D1, under new business, communication from Wayne County Legislative Auditor General forwarding a letter from Plan Moran, PLLC, the county's independent external auditor, on the results of his audit of the county's fiscal year ending September 30th, 2020 financial statements and its required communication.
Well, I'd like to invite the Auditor General, Ms. Cora, and her staff and her guest, if she has any. And welcome, Ms. Cora. Please introduce your staff.
Actually, for this item, I just have myself.
Oh,
And I'm going to try and share the screen here. There it is. Okay. Can you see it?
I can see it.
Okay.
Yep.
This is just a standard communication that goes out each year from the county's external auditors, Plan Moran, where their government and auditing standards require them to communicate certain information before they begin the audit. So this is how we send it all to the commissioners and those charged with governance so that it's transmitted. Just a little bit on the audit. The audit's been undergoing for some time now. We have status meetings every Thursday with the external auditors, M&B. Mark Abel sits in the meetings and myself just to keep up with the status of the audit. And the goal is to have, well, it has to be completed by March 31st of this year, 2021. So we're on target, hopefully, to make that date. If anything changes along the way, I'll make sure I give you updates. So that's all I have for this item. It's just a standard communication.
Okay. So it don't require anything. So
Nope.
next item.
Well, I
you know
believe
what?
we
I
have
think
to-
we
Receive
got to receive and file.
Yes.
So
Yeah, I'll
can I
move
get
to
a motion?
I'm
motion?
making that motion, Ray, with the receive and file and forward to the full board.
Okay, and can I get a second?
I'll support Dobb.
Now that was Commissioner Dobb. In case you didn't know, recognize the voice.
Mr. Chair.
Anyway, it's been moved and supported. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it. Next item, Madam Clerk.
Item 2, communication from Wayne County Legislative Auditor General forwarding a copy of the Office of the 2020 Annual Report from the Wayne County Office of Legislative Auditor General.
Okay, please proceed, Ms. Cora.
We have a presentation for this one, so I'm going to switch it over. Just give me a few seconds here to get Zoom. Okay, what's going on with Zoom? It's not. Oh, maybe I could do this. Sorry, a little slow. There, I got it now. You see it? Okay. What you have before you say, this is our annual report for the year 2020. We prepare this annual report every year is to comply with the county charter code of ordinance and also the rules of procedures. And it's the way that we are able to convey the results of our operation during 2020 to you, and also as required as best practices. The mission of the OAG is to offer value to officials responsible for governance, county managers, and the citizens of the County of Wayne. Examine and evaluate county activities to achieve transparency, improve accountability of public funds, mitigate risk exposure while promoting effective, efficient, and to improve operations. This is a way that we can assist the commission in their oversight responsibility over operations and resources. Our office follows the generally accepted government auditing standards that were issued by the Comptroller General of the United States, and also the international standards for the professional practice of internal auditing issued by the Institute of Internal Auditors, along with the 12 codes of principles and conduct. It's important that we follow these standards, and every 3 years, our office is peer reviewed by an outside agency, so they come in and they review our work to ensure that we are following government auditing standards. And it is a yellow book for the government auditing standards and a red book for the international standards for practice of professional auditing. So we call it an orange book shop, combination of the yellow and red. We're one of the few organizations in the country that have had a successful orange book peer reviews. We were supposed to have our peer review last year, but because of COVID, it's been delayed and we're not sure when we're actually going to be able to have the peer review. Hopefully maybe by the end of this year. If you have a copy of the actual annual report, on page 3, we have an organizational chart that shows the office staff. Right now we have 2 vacancies that we're in the process of trying to fill for senior auditors. It's being advertised on the county's website right now. On page 4, we have biographical sketches of each of the staff members, so you can go back and look at their background history, what they bring to the office. In the office, as far as staff certifications, we have 1 certified public accountant, that's myself. We have 4 certified internal auditors, 3 certified internal control auditors, 2 certified risk management assurance auditors, 1 certified government auditing professional, and 1 chartered global management accountant. We strive for everyone in the office to at least at a minimum to receive the certified internal auditor designation, and I know there's several in the office right now that are studying to pass that to receive that certification. We had a couple personnel changes through last year. Regina Lee, who was a senior auditor in our office, she left to go. She took a job within the County of Wayne within the Office of Management and Budget. But we're able to bring Melinda Hayner on staff as a supervisory auditor. She comes with a wealth of governmental experience at the within Wayne County and at the airport. So we were very lucky to get her to join the office. We're looking forward to what the new year will bring with her in our office. We have 2 groups in our office. We have a strategic audit group. This is a group of 4 individuals that are responsible for reviewing, developing, and revising our audit policies and procedures. What we have to do is whenever the standards change, yellow book or the red book, we have to make sure our policies and procedures are in compliance with the auditing standards. That's one thing I'm doing right now is updating our policies and procedures to be in compliance with the new yellow book. We also have a technical assistant group that provides leadership and technical support in the area of technology. John Keller leads this group up and he's very instrumental in helping us with our automated software teammate. And when anyone has any issues with their telecommunications, we always rely upon John to help us get us up and running. He was very instrumental when we first went out on virtual to make sure that everybody was in the office was able to assess everything they need in the office virtually. We also not only during the year do we do our work for the OAG, but we have several staff members that have volunteered their time and talents and expertise in giving back to their communities through charitable initiatives. We had 1 individual that has a nonprofit founded to eliminate hunger, poverty, and homelessness in the community. That's Samaritan's Mission Organization. That's Crystal Thomas. Winning Future was mentoring high school students, providing goal setting, career preparation, encouragement. This was Linda Hendricks. Then we have the Michigan State University Black Alumni that supports and promotes the welfare and interests of Black alumni. And this is Erica Jones. Some of our significant accomplishments, a majority of our recommendations were implemented. We assessed the status of 82 previously issued recommendations and 4 completed corrective action reports. 6 of the recommendations were no longer applicable, but we were able to determine that 74 of the remaining 76 recommendations were implemented or in process for a 97% completion rate. While it's not 100%, we believe it's well above an average, and we are very proud of being able to obtain this 97%. I believe this is also attributed not only to the Committee on Audit, but also leadership in Wayne County, so being able to help us make sure that the recommendations are successfully implemented. I want to thank them also. Staff training goals. Our professional auditing standards require us to obtain 80 hours of training every 2 years to maintain our Yellow Book peer review status. Every OAG has received the required training hours. This was a little bit tough in 2020 because the staff normally in the Thanksgiving week, we attend a 22-hour professional seminar through the Division of Firms. This year, that training seminar was canceled, so we had to find other ways in order to obtain our professional education, but we were able to obtain them. We also have a session of checkpoint learning where we get 25 seats to obtain 6 hours quarterly of training. Because we have 25 seats, that's the minimum you could purchase for $750. We share these seats with other county professionals that need the professional continuing education. So we're kind of sharing our knowledge with them so they're able to obtain their required certifications. We also encourage staff to obtain other professional certifications. As I indicated earlier, we have several staff members that are planning to sit for the CIA certification. Another significant accomplishment, we completed 20 audit and review reports. I think this was a very good accomplishment because for 9 months out of the year, we were virtual, but we were still able to get our audit engagements completed. Of the audits, they contained 82 recommendations having an impact on county operations of about $1.1 million. So this was a great accomplishment considering the 9 months of the year we were virtual. 2 of the significant performance engagement that we completed were assurance attestations. One was in the Department of Management and Budget, the risk management, where we reviewed the contract insurance coverage. And that was on page 17, 18 of the annual report. And the other was in the Wayne County Register of Deeds, where we looked at controls of our cash receipts, and that's also on page 18 of the annual report. And a final item was the stadium excise tax review for calendar year 2018. And this is the one where we received $40,000 from the Treasurer's Office to complete this engagement, where we go and assess that the rental car agencies and hotels are paying their required stadium excise tax. That's on page 19 of the annual report. And that completes our presentation. But one thing I would like to add as part of the annual report, we are in the process right now of completing our audit plan for next year. I sent out a communication to all commissioners asking if there's any engagements that they may consider high risk that they would like us to consider on the audit plan. If I could have any input back by Friday of this week, that would be helpful. We also have sent out a questionnaire to all the county elected officials and department heads with 6 risk questions. We've received a majority of those questionnaires back, but we sent a second request so that hopefully we can have the remaining questionnaires returned to us by Friday so that we can finish completing our audit plan. And then we should be able to have it on the next audit committee agenda. And I'm open to any questions that anybody may have.
Is there any questions?
Mr. Chair?
Commissioner Kling.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Madam Auditor General, for your annual report. And I've always appreciated that your office adheres to the very highest standards And it speaks well of your office, but it also speaks well for the oversight here in Wayne County. When you actually look at the job in the charter, it's a pretty awesome job that has been given to you. So I thank you for that very much. And I was also wondering if you could share a link for Ms. Thomas's nonprofit. Be interested in what she's doing and support it. So
Sure. I'll get the link from her and send it to all the commissioners.
And the other thing I'll comment on, and I do this every year, I look at your office and I see the list of 10 people in your office. 14 years ago when I got on the commission, I believe the number was 18
Yes.
that you had. And so that's a lot of auditing that's not going on. Every year in the commission budget, we return about $1 million back to the county. I would imagine for wages, salaries, and benefits, it's probably in the neighborhood of $100,000 to hire someone in your office, maybe 110. I don't know the exact number, but it's in that ballpark. And Mr. Chair, I think we should encourage the chair or communicate with the chair that we don't necessarily send that whole $1 million back, that a couple of $100,000 to $250,000 investment in our Auditor General's office is well worth the public oversight of Wayne County government that will help us with. I appreciate, Ms. Cora, I think you said 22 audits completed this year.
20.
20. And they were various
Types. Right.
auditing, right?
Correct.
And again, I'll go backwards in time and talk about when we were getting 30, 35, 38 audits a year. And to fulfill your requirement, the charter requirement to audit every department every 2 years, right now, that's just a sham. So I would like to consider, and I'll talk with you, Mr. Chair, more, but I would like to consider that we draft a memo or from the committee or something that says we need a couple of more people up in that Auditor's General office. So that's my.
If I could add, after I have a comment rebate back to that, Tim Johnson and myself have been working with the chair, and just recently, Tim and I have been working with the Department of Personnel and Human Resources, trying to find ways that, because we're having a hard time recruiting individuals into the office. So we've been working with personnel, trying to find different ways. So maybe we can reach out and be able to hire 2 individuals. Like I said, it has been posted on the county's website right now. I have tried recruiting at different colleges. We haven't been very successful. I do have a couple of people that are interested based on resumes that were submitted. We need to reach out for them because based on their prior experience, they may be out of our ballpark price salary wise, but we're going to reach out to them just to make sure, and hopefully we can get a couple successful candidates through this posting.
Well, I should have asked this first before my comment then, because I wasn't aware. How many open positions do you have that are already in the budget?
2.
We do have 2.
2.
That we can, and that's already in your budget.
Correct.
And if we don't hire someone for whatever reason in those positions, that's part of the $1 million that goes back.
Correct.
Yeah. So, yeah, and I know from your reporting previous that public auditing, nobody seems to care about anymore. Not really taught in the schools, and you know, it's not necessarily thought of as a career path as much as it did at one time. So yeah, I wish you luck in that. And we need more folks in your shop. All right, thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you.
Also, if I could add something too, I just wanted to thank this committee too, because I think without chair's leadership and the committee members, I don't think we'd be successful as we are when we're performing our audits, because we know when we bring recommendations to the committee, they're going to be taken seriously, and we're going to get the administration to adhere to corrective action to implement the recommendations. And also take an opportunity to thank my staff. My staff have been great during the virtual experience working as auditors, and just thank them for everything they've done to make last year a success, considering what we're up against. That's all I
I
have.
appreciate it. And anything else, Ms. Cora?
Nope, that's all I have.
Okay, so can we get a motion to receive and file?
I will move to receive and file.
I'll support it.
Commissioner Dodd moved it and Commissioner Clark Coleman supported. Any discussion? Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it. Next item, Madam Clerk.
E, such other matters as may be properly submitted before the committee.
There are none.
Public comment.
Is there anybody from the public that would like to comment? Mr. Abbo? Anybody from the public like to comment?
No, Mr. Chair, unless you want to talk about motorcycles.
Okay, then that would take all day, so we better cut you off right there. Anybody else from the public that'd like to comment? Last time, anybody from the public would like to comment? Next item, Madam Clerk.
Adjournment.
Can I get a motion?
Move to adjourn.
Support.
Moved by Commissioner Dobb to adjourn. Support.
Support.
Supported from Commissioner Coleman. Any discussion about adjournment or none? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Ayes have it. We are adjourned. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you.
Thank you.